area. Today we are at it again. We'll be discussing the topic, the workplace and politics. The workplace and politics. So there is a school of thought that says that you cannot sit out of office politics, but then you can use it to your advantage. And then also you have to be politically intelligent in your dealings in the office. We are going to find out how we are going to live in such an environment. To help me do that, I have with me Felisters, Gitau, Mutugu. Please, sincere apologies if I didn't pronounce the name well. Okay, and then also I have Adwoa, Boateng, Addo. Hi, Adwoa. Yes, I see you. Welcome on board. Okay, so before we get into the discussion of the day, I would want to share a brief profile of our seasoned panelists. Okay, all right. Okay, so first I'll go with Felisters. Felisters is a business executive who is highly accomplished in the business space. Now, please, can you put that up for us? Thank you, Na. Okay. Felisters is a highly accomplished business executive with a proven record of leading large cross-functional teams to achieve exceptional business results within multi-million-dollar organizations. She places great emphasis on ethical leadership and effective corporate governance. In recognition of her outstanding leadership, Felisters was ranked among the top 40 under 40 women leaders by the Business Daily in 2017. Wow, congratulations, Felisters. Felisters is currently the Deputy Managing Director, Commercial at Farmers Choice Limited. In this role, she is responsible for developing and executing the company's strategy, providing strategic advice to the board, preparing and implementing comprehensive business plans, and directing cost-effective operations and market development activities in and out of Africa. Yes, we are honored to have you on board, Felisters. Thanks so much for joining the Mentoring Cafe series.
Thank you, Eunice.
You're most welcome. Next, but not the least, we have Adwoa Boateng Addo. Adwoa is an experienced human resource business partner with over 12 years senior human resources management experience in media, waste management, and banking industries. She is skilled in career development, management, employee training, succession mapping, and recruitment. She is a senior certified professional. Adwoa is a highly competent HR business partner with comprehensive and strategic understanding in human resources management, business and organizational change. Wow, Adwoa, thanks for coming on board. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So these beautiful ladies will help us understand the topic for today. So workplace and politics. So before we go into our discussion, we want to understand what at all is politics. What is politics? Yes. Felisters, would you want to go for that?
Yes, that's okay, Eunice. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. And I am honored and very excited to be part of the team and to be able to have this discussion, which is very viable to any any human being, not only at the workplace, but any human being who wants to progress in life, be it as a country or an individual or a profession. And it's very interesting because the moment anyone sees politics, the way, and it's quite interesting because it's mostly also in our African culture, it's seen to be a bad thing. So first, even understanding what really is politics is critical because it makes one think of it rationally as opposed to just assuming it is a bad thing which you don't want to be associated with. And now when you bring about work, it now becomes extremely sensitive and everyone wants to be like, I really am not involved in politics. And in my understanding, the definition of politics are activities, a set of activities that are associated with making decisions in groups or any other form of power. So it doesn't matter. In every single day life, we have to make decisions and we have to relate with people, human beings. So, and different people are unique. Every individual is unique in their way. So the set of activities to be able to cordially coexist, be it or to make decisions as a country or to govern citizens in a certain country or employees in a work environment or even family members, because there's also even family politics, because that is the only way people in a certain group, be it a country, be it work, they need a set of activities to be able to make them make decisions and to coexist. So when you think about it, is that really a bad thing? So that is the difference. And so the understanding of really what are the set of rules, the governance, what does the country or the organization stand for? That's what, to my understanding, would be politics.
Yeah. Thank you, Felisters. Thank you so much for doing justice to that. Adwoa, with what Felisters just shared, in the workplace, does politics mean anything different? Or yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. And,
You're welcome, Adwoa.
good morning, our mentors and our mentees. It's not really different. The thing is, in our space in Ghana, when we talk about politics, we think about governance, we think about debate between parties having power. It doesn't have a good connotation. It's negative. That is what happens in our space. But in the office, or another definition of politics, is about activities at improving someone's status in the organization. So it's almost the same thing. It is the ability to network, like what's the name, Felisters said or mentioned. It's the same thing. Network, forming relationships that will help you in your career. So that's basically what it is. If you talk about what.
Beautiful, beautiful. You just made a statement, your ability to form relationship and then network. Okay, so where do we begin? Now you've drawn the line. We know that politics is not as dirty or as bad as we usually think. Now we know it has a positive dimension. How do we begin at the workplace? Yes, please, any of you can take it up.
Addo can go first.
Yes, Adja, please go for it.
So it begins with the individual deciding on how they want to progress in their career. So someone will tell you that work hard. If you work hard, your work will speak for you. That's the perception of some people. And then another person will tell you doesn't speak for itself. It's human beings that will speak for you. So you start from deciding how you want to build your career. So I'm currently an officer. I want to become a CEO. How do I get there? So building the relationship that will take you to the CEO position. That is what you're doing. So that is where you start. You need to have a plan. What is your end game? What is your goal? Where do you want to get to eventually? Then charting that path for yourself. So it starts from, you have to decide first. You are not just carried by the wind. What do you want to do? What is your end game? What is your future? What is your goal? You now build your relationships to get to that point.
Great. Yes. Felisters, would you want to add up?
Yeah, and it's interesting. The way I look at it in office, politics, and network is like when we were young, we used to walk, even in kindergarten, we'd walk to your friend and ask them, do you want to be my friend? Unfortunately, in the workplace, you cannot do that. So as Adwoa said, first, you need to establish where do you want to go, because if you don't set a goal, if you don't set a path, you will not know when you've arrived. If you're coming to Ghana, if you don't know whether you're going to Ghana, you don't know whether you need to use a bus or you need to use a plane. So you must identify the goal. Then the next way I look at networking, you will need 3 sets of network. There is one which is operational. That is the operational network. Operational network helps you deliver the goals. That is the one that you work with your people who do day-to-day job. Now, it's important because if you're leading a team, you need them. If you're working as colleagues, you need to work together. The second set of network which you need in creating in an organization is strategic network. This is the one that makes you understand what is happening in the rest of the business, because it's not only confined in your space. If you have identified, as Adwoa said, do you want to be a CEO? Do you want to be a director? Do you want to be a manager? Do you want to be a junior manager? Do you want to be considered for a management trainee program or a way of progressing in your career? So you need strategic network to understand when these opportunities are arising, what else is happening, what creates an individual to be picked for these opportunities. Then the third set of network in any workplace would be development network. Now, this is where you identify the people who, we are social beings. We relate by knowing. You do not buy a product if you don't know it. So if your colleagues, if your seniors do not know that you exist, how will they promote you? How will your colleagues say, Adwoa is very good in HR, Felisters is very good in directing or management? If they do not know, you will not be picked. And in our careers, decisions relating our growth in our careers are made when we are not in the room. So because of that, it is important you have development network. It's a set of people who are more often than not senior than you, or who have influence more than you. And because of that, they have power. What is power? Power is the capability to influence and control people. Ignore control, but influence. So because of that, you want the individual to influence a decision in your favor. And for this, it will give you an opportunity, if you have the 3, operational, strategic, and development, it will give you an opportunity to get someone to be, from now, when we were in kindergarten, do you want to be my friend? To, do you want to be my mentor? Or do you want to be my sponsor? If they understand you.
Yeah, beautiful. The conversation is getting interesting already. So if you've not invited anybody, please do share the link and let others also benefit from this nuggets. Thank you, beautiful ladies. Okay, so my key picks from Adwoa, she said that where we need to start from is the decision of where I want to be, what is my end game. And from Felisters, we need to build these 3 key networks: operational, developmental, and then strategic network, to help us get to our end game. Thank you very much, beautiful ladies. So from the foregoing, I can pick that politics in the office is key, is important. But I want to still ask, is it important for all employees to get involved, or it belongs to some category of employees, or everybody in the workplace should think and know about politics at the office? Yes, Adwoa.
Oh, okay. So I think it depends on how you as an individual, you see politics. And like Felicitas already said, and like I also said, it's charting your path. So to get involved, if you want to grow your career, you don't want to get involved if you are that person who says, I want to be in my corner. I don't want trouble. You know, me, I came here. You don't have these perceptions. I don't like trouble. You know, somebody will tell you that my children are still young, so I don't want any trouble, you know. But it depends on you. If you are an individual who wants to go in your career, you don't have a choice. You have to get involved. So let me give an example. In one of the businesses I worked for, the gentleman who was always working late, engaging executives, sharing his ideas, bringing new ideas. Within a short time, the guy got promoted. And it wasn't because he was working hard. No, that wasn't it. He was just speaking to the key people in the organization. They knew of. So in the workplace, it is not like school where you do your work, you know, you get your grades from when you go to class 2. It's very straightforward. But in the workplace, it's not like you have to be thinking like in the workplace, though, thinking like this is a risk. When you think like that, it's a risk. It's like class 1 to class 2. No, it's not straightforward. It will be a mistake. Key is that invisible contributions, nobody. So you are making contributions and they are invisible. There's no value to it. We have to see your contributions. Then you can be seen. Then you can get what you want. Then you can get to where you want to get to. So it depends on you. You need to take that decision. It's important.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, you are muted, Adwoa.
I'm muted. Can you hear me?
Yes, better now. It's better now.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
No, so you went off again. I see you speaking, but we can't hear you.
Okay. Okay, so I ended on the point that invisible contributions have no value. That's where I ended.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. Yes, okay. I got that. Beautiful, beautiful comments right there. You have to let your contributions be seen. That class 1 mentality, we leave it back and we forge on. Thank you, Adwoa. Thank you. So to Felisters, my next question is that should individuals be affiliated to political groups at the workplace? That in organizations, you see that some people form sects and sections, party A, party B. Should individuals be affiliated to any of these?
That's an interesting debate on Eunice. And my take would be it depends with the individual, but and it depends with what. First, you must understand your organization. However, all organizations have politics, because as we defined what is politics, that's a set of activities that define the way things are run in an organization. However, individual at a junior level or a senior level, if at all the politics is not constructive, if you are affiliated to it, it hinders your opportunity to grow. And the interesting thing that people assume is that it hinders you to be promoted by your seniors, but also your juniors don't trust you. If you do not look like you're going in the right direction, if you look like your politics are not constructive as a leader, juniors won't trust you. They'll be like, we like him as a boss. However, he'll get us fired or he'll bring the company down. So because of that, it depends. And each and every individual, it doesn't matter whether you're at an entry level, junior management, middle management, or senior management. If you are discussing, you are affiliating to any side, because when you call it politics, it looks like it's a bad thing. But when you affiliate to any set of ideas or beliefs, the way the organization needs to progress, or a department, it is okay to have a stand. Sometimes individuals, as Adwoa said, want to say, no, I don't want to be involved in that. However, we are as unique as our fingerprints. So your voice is needed. The way you articulate matters, the values, the things you stand for, be authentic. So if you don't stand for something, don't keep quiet. It is okay to have a positive relationship with your boss. It is okay to also constructively and objectively disagree. Because first, it gives you a chance to bring what you as an authentic person are made of. So it gives you a chance to add value. So it is okay. It is okay to be known. By the way, for Addoa, for Felisters, for Eunice, these ones they don't like. But they are more inclined to junior managers being promoted if they have earned their praise, or a bonus discussion, or even changing their working hours. So it is okay. And you see, that does not sound like politics, because everyone will assume the politics is what makes people decide, no, we don't want this leader. And it is okay not to want a leader, as long as you bring out the reasons. Why don't you want this leader? What is and communication. I was in a situation in my career when in management trainee, and one of the program, we did not have very constructive evaluation. And I remember, and I wish I knew sooner, because I wasted too much time not wanting to because I was in an entry level, and after college, no one tells you that you need to air out your thoughts. The worst thing is when you keep quiet, you're doing injustice to yourself, because I was the only management trainee. So no one else was going through the same challenges I was going through. So who was to talk on my behalf? Who was to take side on my behalf? But I wasted time because I was afraid, because when you're joining the career world, you're told, be mom, if you want to grow, you cannot talk. You cannot affiliate to any side. Yet, you need to communicate that, please note, I've been a management trainee for this program. However, I'm not going to the respective departments as it had been indicated in my contract. But because you don't want to be talking, you waste so much time. But if only someone tells you it's okay to actually take sides, however, constructively, objectively.
Yeah. Thank you. These are nuggets. I believe we are taking notes, CMC community, because my pen is already here. I'm taking a lot of notes. So my key picks for my beautiful ladies here. Number one, Felista said that we have to be authentic and be constructively objective. It's okay to air your view. When you keep quiet, you are doing a lot of injustice to you. And I think it's in line with Adwoa's initial statement that when you are doing stuff in secrets, it wouldn't help. You have to make sure that we are seeing your contribution, and those who would have to talk about your development will do that even when you are not there. Thank you, ladies. Thank you very much. And so we want to go to the next question. Well, either of you can take this question. Should politics be done in secret, or it can be done in the open? Now that we have confirmed that it's good in the office space, can it be done in secret, or it should be in the open?
So if I can take this one first.
Yes, please do.
So we can say that it can be done, it's both your plan. Your plan is secret, of course. So I'm not going to have a plan, I'm sharing it with everybody in the organization. That's my plan. So my plan is secret. But what I will not think, you understand? So I'll come to you and say, oh, I'm doing office politics and this is my plan. No, I have my plan. It's my secret. It's my weapon. That's what I mean. Know what I'm doing. But the activities that I'll be talking to the key leaders. I'll be friends with everyone. That kind of thing. That one you see it. Everybody say, this girl, how come she's all over the place? She's with the guy. She's talking to everybody. You see it. It's not a secret. But the plan I have, that one is my secret. But you see the activities. That one is open.
Okay. Felisters, would you want to put an icing on the cake?
It's true. I like that bit about, and it's quite interesting. I am also learning thanks to Addo, because you don't think about it, and it's interesting depending on which sectors we handle mostly, because true, one has to be secret because you cannot go sharing everything. However, one thing I've noticed which is dangerous is when and I would still colleagues have secretive politics. And it can be extremely dangerous when you have a group of team. I work with a team of over 300 workforce, a sales team. And the interesting thing about commercial sector is that it's quite high pressure because it's FMCG perishable, and almost 60% are ladies, and ladies, we have our unique ways of doing things. And I've noticed if you do not have an ear on and they have secretive politics, you can lose very good employees, and you can have a very demotivated team. And you as a leader may be thinking you're very clear in communication of the vision of the department or the business, and you're very clear on the fact that you have opportunity for them to impact their lives and grow their careers. But if they are doing secretive politics, you lose out very good, hardworking employees, because some people don't, because of the nature of the fact that people assume politics is bad, the good workers half the time are not recognized. But the good politicians play good politics and end up being recognized. And the worst thing about commercial is it comes also with sometimes financial growth, so they get bonus. So if you're not, if it is not well managed, it can be extremely, especially the secretive one. So what I've learned with time is when you note it is going into the wrong direction, you create opportunities for people to air their challenges. So this way, the politics will remain, and you also even point out what the stand of the organization or the department is towards politics, so that people have opportunities to also air, even those ones who might be shy, who still might be feeling that the politics is not very good.
Interesting point of views. Thank you, my ladies. Hello, people. Please start dropping your questions in the comment section, and we'll come and do justice to them. I see a comment from Sylvia. Just to let you know that we've not let you alone. Though I'm enjoying the conversation, I'll read her comment. She says that, yes. So she says, I love the line of conversation already. Yes, so please feel free to drop your comments, your questions, and we'll attend to them in due course. Yes, so back to my panelists. From your experience, I would want you to share with us, the positive sides of politics. What are the positive sides of office politics, and then the negative ones that we should look out for and then desist for? Yes.
Sure. So I just want to give two examples, one of a positive one and then the other of a negative one. So an example is you're going to do a presentation to some stakeholders on a project, and you want to do a presentation and you want people to buy into your idea. So what do? In good politics, you go to these people, talk to them about your ideas, try to listen to their priorities, what are their perspectives, try to put the information in such a way that they will like your idea and they'll go with it. That is good politics. The bad one is discrediting others. So you're going to do your presentation. Kofi will also come and do their presentation. Lorna will also come and do. So what the bad politics one will do is you spread falsehood. So you engage the stakeholders and you tell them how Kwame is bringing their proposal because they are going to get a kickback, for example. And then you tell a story about how you met Lorna in a bar with one of the other key stakeholders, giving them an envelope or flirting, or it's like that is bad politics. You can do the good one by courting them, talking to them and making sure they are on the same page as you. You put in your presentation and you get the results. That's good. But the bad one, the person will just go and spread falsehood. By the time they are done, there's chaos in the organization. So you have to choose which one is good and which one is bad for you. And it's always good to go with your gut feeling, what works for you, what's your values, what your values are. Yeah. So that's an example of a good and a bad politics.
Yes, solid examples right there. Yes, thank you, Adwoa. Felisters, you have any to add?
No, I'll just say, and adding on to what Adwoa said, for good politics, I would, especially for workplace, but also for as an individual, I would put it to, as I said, we need relationship to do anything in life, to make decisions, to influence people, to work with people, to people understand your point of view so that they can support your idea. And the best way I look at it is invest in people and invest in relationship. I use a terminology of like relationship currency. This is a currency you derive by creating relationship with people. It's out of this relationship currency that you have people standing by you, that you have people you influence to understand why you're requesting that let a business consider this, or I would want you guys to consider me for a promotion or an opportunity to work with a certain group of team. Now, you need relationship, and that is positive because you need people to support your ideas. If you're going to negotiate for something together with a number of teams, you need people to help you. Let's assume you're going for presentation, as Adwoa said. Then you need people to look at your presentation and say and add on points, to help you grow in business. Not necessarily getting a promotion or something, but also to even work better in the office. However, for bad politics, as Adwoa said, is where now first it messes up groups, because at the end of the day, when there is bad politics, it means the organization or the business will not grow. So it means you're denying yourselves as a group, because of practicing bad politics, an opportunity to grow both your careers and organization. So for bad politics at any given time, it can really be detrimental to any business or to any team. So and that when it is noticed, individuals should not support it. However, there are organizations that the culture, and it comes mostly from the leaders, it can be really negative. One thing I've noticed, it doesn't matter what level of career you are in, it's your duty to set a better tomorrow. And it is okay to mention when you see something that is going bad. Because one thing I've noticed, if you're in an organization and there is a way people do things in a certain way, which may be bad, like playing bad politics, and you're joining at an entry level, you may think that, oh my, this is how they do things. But one thing I've noticed, if you mention, people may not think that it is negative and it is affecting people. Like I gave my example, because you're new, you're the only one who is experiencing things. And maybe everyone in that organization assumes this is the way they do business. So it doesn't matter what point of your career, it is important that when you notice bad politics, you air it out in the right way and through the right channels. And one of the easiest channels is always human resource or your seniors, but also bring it constructively. You don't want to go criticizing your whole business and you're still very new, and they will remind you why. You might end up not even seeing the end of your probation. So you really need to also be strategic. Yeah.
Thank you. So I just had a question on the side. Somebody sent me a personal question that how do you navigate your way through a business or a company where the lead, meaning that like the head of business, is actually the one engineering bad politics in the office? How do you distinguish yourself as a young professional?
I just would want to mention something about that. The best leadership lessons, I have learned them from bad leaders. The best. Because it is out of that you pick what you should never do as a leader or as a fellow colleague. So one situation I would say, and the best way I've learned to address such issues is understand the season. But it's very interesting. It depends with your perception sometimes. You assume that maybe that is bad leadership, and maybe it also depends on your level of at the point of your career. I'll mention something. You see, like an Adwoa will tell you, being in HR, working hours. When you're younger in your career, you're very conscious about working hours, and you'd almost even say, why would management tell us to work all these hours without compensating? Wait until you get into middle management and senior management. you're the first person to tell people not to even to work for more hours, and even you're forced by the situation. Now your perception changes, and you remember the days you used to be very difficult to your bosses. So it also depends with one thing I've noticed, it depends with the time in the career. However, it is good you understand, and if it is being done by senior leadership, it is good you understand and add value where necessary. It doesn't matter what level you are in your career or in the business, you can change the way people do things. And the fact that you're even noticing the bad politics, it means you can start with your team and airing it out that I think this one we can change the way we do it. And I can assure you, there's always room for adding value. And that's why I said we are always unique as our fingerprints. So it means there's something you can add positive, but don't let it weigh you down. Pick the lessons, as I've said. Pick the positive lessons despite of what you consider. It is your perception, so what you consider as bad leadership.
Okay, thank you. Adwoa?
Yes.
Would you want to add any?
I want to add. So I really like what Felisters has said. It's because of where you are in your career. Sometimes when you get to a certain level and you look back at some of the things you thought were so wrong, you'll be surprised. You wonder, so why did I think this was so bad? You know, because as you get there, you become more matured. You have a different perspective about the organization. Now you are closer to strategy, and your whole thinking is different. But when you are down there, sometimes you think that everything is bad. This manager is bad. This one is this one. No. You need to change your perspective. Look at things differently. And you see there's something that this guy is doing that is good. You can learn from. Make sure you are on good terms with such a person. Not that you are bootlicking, but you are assertive. You know how to interact with them. You are not bending your your values, but you are learning something. You should learn something from everyone in the organization. So go with a learning spirit and learn rather than thinking that everything they are doing is bad. No, it won't help you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, my ladies. Okay, so we have a question in the comment section. It says that I have 2 mid-level managers in our department, and I align to one of them because I like their viewpoints and I admire them for their work ethics or values. Now, after some years, the other person who is not my favorite becomes our department's lead. How do I ensure that my career is not affected because I aligned to someone else? Yes.
This is an interesting one. Yes, I would take a bite. So this is an interesting one. It's not a good idea to align. You know, you can choose. I like you. I like Felicitas. She's my friend. I've aligned with her. But what happens to your relationship with the other person? Because the tables can turn any day in an house.
Exactly.
If you are being close to Eunice, make sure you maintain a good relationship with Nan. You need to do that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, when the tables turn, so now you need to start building trust with this person. Let them know the value you bring to the table. You understand? Because the tables have turned, whether you like it or not. Build trust with them. Show them a different side, but learn your lesson that in future, no, don't be too aligned with someone and leave the other. No, that's not the best way. Be good to everyone. Learn from everyone. And then when the tables turn, you're already good to everyone. So you would enjoy your position. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Felisters, any point of view to add?
No, I would agree. I would agree with Addo there.
Okay. Hello, people. Thank you, my ladies. Hello, people. Please send through your comments and your questions, and we do justice to it. And please, you can keep sharing the link for others to join. So we are almost getting to the end of our session. So please, if you have questions, don't wait any further. You can drop them in the comment section, and we'll do justice to it. Thank you. Okay, so my ladies, I have another question here for you. Okay, so he's saying that how can one survive in a highly political environment? just some few key steps that can help me survive in my highly political key steps, please. Sorry, political work environment, please.
Should I take that first?
Yes, you can take it first, Addo.
Yes.
Oh, okay, thank you. We've mentioned some of the things, and
yes.
like we've said before, try as much as possible not to join. So if you are joining a clique, so let's say there's a workout group. Nowadays, they have that in companies. There's a workout group that meets after work to do workout. You join that one. There's a Toastmasters group. You've joined that one. People are going for a funeral. You join that one. There's a wedding going on. You've joined that one. What I'm saying is try not to be aligned to just one part of the organization. Make yourself visible to everyone. Build relationships with everyone. Be the approachable type. Be the one that people can rely on. Come to you for ideas. That kind of thing. No matter how political work environment is, if you are doing the right thing, if you are maintaining your cool, you're making friends with everyone, you survive it, and you know your job, you know you have, not that you don't know, some people, they don't even understand their role, they don't know their KPI, but you know your stuff, and you are learning every day. No matter the politics going on, you will make it. It's just positioning yourself well and being intentional about everything that is happening around you. You definitely make it.
Okay, thank you. So before Felisters comes in, please, if you have a question, please feel free to put up your hand also. You can raise your hand by using the emoji sign over there, and then I'll give you an opportunity to ask. So Felisters, please take it.
Yeah, and I agree with Addo. And businesses exist because of three things: people, profit, and planet. Now, the two, people and profit. So what Addo has said, KPIs, it doesn't matter what level of politics the organization has, you must know what value you are supposed to give the business. So why did they employ you? Some people don't even have job descriptions, and you think it's an organization that has bad top politics. My friend, it is you, because you actually don't even understand profit, why the organization got you on board. People. Organizations will only make the profit if they are people. The workforce, human capital is critical in any KPI or any objective that the business needs. So at no time will you ever work as an island. So you have to learn to work together with people. And for that, what I highlight is focus on performance and ensure you get results. Don't just work without ensuring that you're achieving the results that you're expected to achieve. This will take care of so many, you not being involved in politics and people not picking on you. However, stay informed, understand the dynamics of the organization. Some organization might be in the process of being bought off by new owners who have different cultures. Stay informed. You cannot just say, I don't want to know, I just want to focus on my work. You can't. You need to understand. Globally, there is a financial crisis. So it means organizations are being forced to make very firm and decisions that we never were used to before. COVID hit us so hard, organizations are still recovering. So this also, you must be informed of what dynamics are causing your business to make those decisions so that you are strategic in line with the new challenges that your organization or your industry is going through. So that you remain relevant, you have to be very agile in this organization. Sometimes when we think that organization has very bad politics, it's because we're also very rigid. You want to remind everywhere that you've been in that organization for 20 years, for 15 years, for 5 years. You are the ones you are the first one in that department. You know, there are people who will remind us that I'm HR number 001, as if it really matters. And you see, they always say, no, the problem is, how we do things here, it doesn't matter. Organizations require agility. Organization require new set of ideas. So you have to keep time with time so that you stop blaming the organization with its bad politics. You must stay neutral and objective. Focus on what brought you to work. Some bosses like to be friends, some do not. It is okay, and that's why I agree with Adwoa. It's you don't stop taking sides, stop being personal, remain objective and professional at any given time, so that it doesn't matter. Today Adwoa will be my boss, tomorrow Felisters is my boss, the next day it's Eunice. As long as you're focused and you're performing, that will give you an edge. The other thing is be authentic. Stop trying to be anyone. Be you. It is you that is needed in this organization. It is you that can impact. And the moment you start copying other people, you become your worst enemy. But when you're authentic, that is your greatest asset, which people sometimes struggle to stand for. But you being you is what is needed, and that's what makes you quite unique. And the last one I would say, have develop very good communication skills to highlight what you stand for, what you would want. And now this makes people understand what you stand for as an individual and what are your values as an individual. And this gives you opportunity to survive in any environment despite of the nature of their politics. Thank you, Eunice.
Thank you, my lady. These are very valuable nuggets. We appreciate you so much. There's a question in the chat box for you. Okay, so Linda is saying that, is there any correlation between toxic work environments and office politics? Is there any correlation between toxic work environments and office politics? Sorry.
I want Adwoa to go to that because I don't envy her being in HR, because I think the current trend of people in workplace keep saying that place was toxic. My boss was toxic. And it is quite interesting because you should ask them, what exactly does even this toxic mean? So anyway, Adwoa can go first.
So it depends on what is making the environment toxic. So some people will tell you that I work in this space where my boss is always shouting at me. That is what I call toxic. You understand? Yeah. So it depends on what is toxic. And toxic will be different for everybody. Yeah. But the main things, a very environment when you're going to work, you don't even want to go. It's Sunday night and you feel like, oh God, am I going to that place again? That is a toxic environment. It doesn't necessarily have to do with politics. It could just be a bad relationship at work that is causing you so much stress. You have a colleague working with who doesn't respect you, who talks to you anyhow, who is picking on you. That is not really about politics. It's just about a relationship that is making you unhappy. So it depends on what it is that is toxic to you. That is how you can relate it to politics.
Okay, thank you, Adwoa. Felisters?
Yeah, just to mention quickly, for the toxic, I would say if it is a boss, it is important you find out. They say what they don't. There's a book called What They Don't Teach You in Harvard. It is a book that shows you the things they truly know and tells you from college. So how to manage your boss. You're supposed to make sure that you offer them solutions. So you must know their headache. You must make sure you know what makes them wake up at night. And they're also unique. You may get bosses who will share with you chocolates. You may get bosses who do not even say hi in the morning. It is okay, but you want to force them to be like you. So just understand the situations and stop overthinking it. Just understand. You have to, because even when we go to churches, we don't dictate how we want the priests to be or the preachers, and they are different. But because it is church, we feel we want to understand the way they conduct the sermon. That's the same thing. And sorry to use that example, but so because of that, even work environment, make it work for you. It is okay. There's no place you'll ever go that will be perfect. Even running your own business, even your own siblings, you have your uniqueness. There are some siblings you just don't get along with, and you feel you can't say your family. Do you ever say your family is toxic? You say they're a bit difficult. But you find a way to coexist. And there are times you don't talk with your siblings for a number of days, but you don't call them toxic. So, and there are times you even say, you know what, family, I'll see you every Easter and Christmas because I've realized you're a bit difficult, but you don't. So you create environment that works for you. So if it is a job and you like it, find a way to coexist. But if it gets out of control, find help or look for other jobs. At the end of the day, you must enjoy what you do.
Yeah. Thank you, my ladies. Thank you very much. So so now it is clear that a toxic work environment doesn't mean there is bad politics happening there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you would have to find out what actually is the cause. All right. So we are wrapping up in some few minutes. If you have any question, please put up your hand at this point, or I go to my panelists to share their final words for today. I must confess that the session has been really interesting because at a point I forgot I was hosting the program and I was just enjoying myself. So yes, thank you. You can also get the recording on our YouTube page. If you are not following us now, please get the link in the chat box. Now we'll share, and then you go there to listen to our previous episodes and this very one, of course. So yes, to my panelists, your final words on the topic for today, the workplace and politics. What do you want us to take with us from this session?
Okay, let me start. So I'll say that we should invest time in building our networks and our connections. So you work in an organization, there's something going on, join. Don't sit on the fence and say, this is not about me. This person is not my friend, so I won't go. There's a tree planting exercise, for example, and they do that a lot now in the organization. You join. There's a family fun day, you go. There's a wedding, someone is having their wedding, go. Participate in everything that the organization is doing. In my company, we say be deeply invested. Run the business or do your part as if the business belongs to you. You care about the business. You think about the business. It's not like that is a job. You see it as a job. And if you don't put yourself in an organization to work and feel that I'm part of it, you will make it. It's that simple. Those who actually immerse themselves in the organization, they make it eventually. And speak up. I tell people you need to speak up. Because if you don't speak up, a lot of things will be done around you and you sit at one place complaining. But just because you're not speaking up, just speak up. Let people know you, and not in a rude way, in a very polite manner, but you bring out your point. Don't hide and say, me, I'm the quiet type. Me, I'm the quiet type. If you are the quiet type and you don't speak up, you can be quiet, but speak up. Use your LinkedIn networks to get in touch with people. So there's somebody in your organization, your CEO, is he on your LinkedIn? Is your COO a part of your friends on LinkedIn? It's like they are available. When you like, you can share. The person is not your friend on a normal basis, on a normal day. But once these opportunities are there, make the best out of it. Make the best. That is the only way you can build your network and you grow. Okay, it's very, very important. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Adwoa. Felisters.
Okay, thank you, Eunice, and thank you. I've really enjoyed the session too. And I would also echo what Adwoa has said. There's a saying that hard work puts you where luck can find you. You have to put in the work for luck to find you. However, you also need, as I've mentioned continuously, relationship. So it is okay to ask for help. And it's also okay, as Adwoa said, to air out the challenges you're facing. And it's interesting that people assume that everyone in management, even senior leadership, know what is going on. It is okay to highlight. And it is what's the worst that can happen? They would say no to a request, wait, or yes. So at the end of the day, there's something that will be given as feedback. So it is okay not to assume. And also be the change you want. If we all kept complaining and saying, no, that's how management does, no, this is how the culture of the organization is, when will you ever air out your issues so that you bring out the new culture or the new kind of politics you want in an organization. So be the change despite of the level you are in. And lastly, you need to be authentic. You need to be you. Stop trying to be everyone else. So if the way things are being done are not okay with you, find the best way to highlight this. If you notice, also be a person of gratitude. If you notice that the way things are being done are done correctly, communicate. Because human beings are more inclined to saying and talking about bad politics, but very few will say about the good politics and the good culture. So when you see it being done right, communicate and air it out. So that the next time when something bad is being done, they will understand that you're objective and you normally pick and work with both sides. But above all, be authentic and be open-minded. And there are seasons. Bad politics season, accept it and stay with it. It's not every time in life that everything, that's why we have summer, we have winter. So it's okay to accept the season, get the best out of that season. The season might not be very perfect, and hardships make us grow. They say actually a tree, before a tree blossoms very beautiful flowers, it withers all the flowers and the leaves. If it doesn't go through that season, we will never enjoy the beauty of flowers. So that's the same. If you go through these challenges, they make you stronger as a career person. They make you understand how to be a good boss, a good colleague, and a good leader, and a human being as a person. So it's good you know the season. Don't fight too much the season. Learn what are the lessons in this season and use that to help you give us the beautiful flowers in the next season. Thank you, Eunice.
Thank you very much, Felisters. Thank you, Adwoa Boateng. I am grateful for you coming over. I really enjoyed the session and I'm taking a lot of nuggets away. I've written a lot of notes. So I appreciate it so much. And I also want to thank Na for bringing up such a topic, because some of these topics we treat in here, you don't find them in books. So we are really improving by the topics you bring on board monthly. So the key picks that we are taking out is that politics is not actually bad in the office. You can actually use it positively to your advantage. Thank you once more, ladies. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you. All the best. It's bye-bye for now.
Thanks for having us.
And thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're also
thank you.
welcome. Well noted.
Thanks,
you're welcome, Adwoa. Thanks, Na. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, and have a nice time.
Bye-bye.
Have a good day. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.